Let's go. Virginia Tech versus NUS.
NUS being the first out of the gate. Virginia Tech getting stuck on the bump with that standard.
NUS also struggling with their hero to get over the bump.
Virginia Tech hero in the bottom right there, or in the bottom left of that right screen, not moving. Now spinning a little bit, but not leaving the base at all.
NUS using that advantage in speed that they had and absolutely melting as NUS's Sentry unloads 75 projectiles here.
Critically, that Virginia Tech hero trying to hide behind the base to prevent giving over those free XP and levels to NUS, but NUS
chasing the hero all the way behind the base, taking damage from the Sentry.
And now the NUS Sentry
combat
on the side of Virginia Tech, but Virginia Tech Sentry fighting back, taking down the NUS Sentry and destroying it.
Blue Standard 4 helping out, I believe, from above. There you see him zoom down. He was hiding behind the barricade. The Sentry and Blue Standard 4 working in tandem. Virginia Tech Sentry once again providing that 2v1 that we saw in their previous match.
And now Blue Standard 1, that Virginia Tech hero loaded up with 15 projectiles, heading straight for the NUS base.
Whoa!
Running into the bump.
VT, a huge jostle there. Trying to do a Beyblade on top of the bump. He's taken out by NUS.
NUS doing an excellent job defending against that push from VT. Now sending their own team forward onto the NUS side, taking shots at the Virginia Tech base, chunking through its virtual shield.
NUS is trying to VT. They're chewing through the shield. They're ignoring the Sentry. A bit of a lull here.
Hero now getting back to its resupply zone, going to heal up. It still has 15 projectiles.
15 projectiles.
It can chunk through that NUS base if it can get over there.
Twice. It could chunk through that base twice. That's so many hero shots.
But NUS waiting right in front of that hero. As soon as it leaves that resupply zone, they will engage it. But NUS does not have any projectiles. They have not purchased
the 3-minute mark hits. They did a great job bluffing there. Virginia Tech had projectiles, had the time. They were not able to take advantage of that moment. As NUS now fully loaded.
Both heroes
they
loaded up with those 42mm projectiles. It will be a base race. NUS trying to jump through it.
Base race VT.
They are base racing VT.
9,
this is going to come down to the wire.
3, 1.
And the Virginia Tech hero goes down.
It's Virginia Tech.
Incredible. The Virginia Tech hero went down at the very end, but it was able to fire off one last projectile to destroy the NUS base.
I believe they started that base race with 100 HP or something on the shield of the side of Virginia Tech.
Look at those stats. 395 health left on the VT base.
At the title.
2, 3, find out in 3,
2, 1. Let's go. NUS versus Virginia Tech round 2.
NUS first out of their base again. This time Virginia Tech not having as much trouble with that standard. That hero still hiding in its base though.
A much smoother exit from both teams overall.
You see that Virginia Tech hero
struggling,
trying to get a running start to get over that hump.
Virginia Tech Sentry getting half of its health taken away, but fighting back once again in conjunction with the standard for NUS.
The NUS standard going down a little bit. The hero at half health. Both of them retreating to their resupply zone to heal up.
NUS Sentry on the way across the base. It's hard to keep track of which one it's firing at. It's got projectile launchers on both sides, but it is firing correctly at that VT standard in the resupply zone.
Both the driven robots from NUS taking down that Virginia Tech Sentry. Virginia Tech trying to reciprocate on the other side.
Yeah, Virginia Tech definitely playing
and
on the back
foot
here.
NUS Sentry once again crawling to the other side of the field. That is not where you want to be if you are NUS. The Virginia Tech Sentry now locking on, dealing damage, chewing through its health bar.
The Virginia Tech Sentry though also getting very low. It can't fight both. It only has one head and it's taken out by NUS.
NUS getting the first blood there, critically taking down that Sentry, which was chewing through their Sentry cell.
Oh.
And now the NUS hero chunking through the Virginia Tech base.
He's got one projectile left. It's not going to be enough to finish the game, but very, very close. Virginia Tech's got to play extremely carefully now as the Sentry for NUS has 4 HP remaining. I don't even know how you end up at 4. It must have bumped a wall. The hero missing twice. The automated Sentry dodges, but is eventually taken out. Very expensive, though.
Critically, though, that Virginia Tech standard not being able to launch any projectiles.
10
looks
seconds
like they have no projectiles.
NUS gets more gold
in their hopper. Virginia Tech with 4 projectiles.
The hero for NUS not in the right spot. He's got to get back to the base.
He has got to defend.
In a base race one more time. Blue
Virginia
Standard
Tech
4.
hero on its way coming across the field and chunking through the
Virginia
NUS
Tech
base.
Takes down NUS. Excellent win for Virginia Tech. They were able to do it both ways. They can play from ahead, they can play from behind. Virginia Tech here to play. Those
Virginia